All right, everyone, welcome to Horror and Hooch. We have a very, very special guest today. We met her while doing Zena's Horror House Party, and we all found her quite interesting as well. She was actually on Jade Astral's team during the Horror House
Oh
Party.
yeah.
And we were like, you know what? We let's get her on the podcast. Let's talk to her just a little bit more. So we are going to do some introductions of everybody, and we are going to let Miss Chelsea here introduce herself and kind of tell you everyone about herself, and then Desiree is going to do our drink. So I will start. I am Kay Bly. We have Jade Astro here. We have
Hi.
Desiree, and then we have Miss Chelsea. Chelsea, tell everybody who you are and why we have you here.
All right. My name is Chelsea. I'm from Prince Edward Island, Canada, and I absolutely love horror. And I express my love of horror through crocheting little, I just call them hoodoo dolls. I'm sure you've seen them all over the internet there, but yeah, they're just little
Yeah,
crochet horror dolls of different characters in that.
And
they're
we are
so
going to
cute.
post her information and the pictures of these dolls and the links and stuff on our Horror and Hooch Facebook page, as well as our Fifth Wall and Fifth Column page, so that you can see her little creations and how creative she is with these dolls and stuff. Y'all,
Yes.
she is very talented, by the way.
Very,
Yes.
very.
Oh,
So
thank you.
before we get into our interview, Desiree, you know what time it is.
Okay, we got to pull up, girl.
So, I always give y'all the tea, the cocktail for the episode, and I apologize, you guys. Y'all know I've been slipping for the past couple episodes, so I got one for you today. And in honor of Miss Chelsea, it is the Dog Collector. Um, is the name of my cocktail, and all you need for this cocktail is some kiwi, fresh kiwi. You need a little grenadine, little Cointreau if you don't got Cointreau, triple sec will do, and a little Bacardi. And so we're gonna mix this up today, right quick, right quick. In the interest of time, I already have my kiwi chopped up and in the bottom of this glass. Green screen is killing me, y'all. Y'all can't see that. It's kiwi back there.
Yeah, I see.
So in the glass that you're going to be drinking from, you want to start with your ounce of grenadine in the bottom. Oh, that look like a lot of grenadine. 1 ounce of grenadine in the bottom, and you want to top that off with your ice because that's the base of our drink today. I am making a mess, y'all, as always. So okay, got your ice in that glass with your grenadine, and on your kiwi, you want to do 3 ounces of your Bacardi, 2.5. But I'm a little heavy, so 3 today, and I'm gonna pour that on up. And then you want to do 1.5 of your Cointreau or triple sec, whichever you prefer. And you are going to shake that kiwi with your Cointreau and grenadine after we muddle it just a little bit to get those flavors out of there. Again, y'all, I'm a little messy today. I'm sorry. So if you have a muddler at home, use your muddler. If you don't, long spoon works. You just want to squish that kiwi in there a little bit just to get the flavors out. Not too much because you don't want too much of the seeds and stuff to come out. And then once you get that squished, hey, we're going to shake. Y'all know I usually say shake it till it's cold, but we don't have no ice today. So just shake it for a minute or so just to get the flavors mixed. And you are going to double strain this so that you don't get seeds. So you got my regular strainer, and then I've got a thin strainer here as well. You're going to strain that right over your ice so you don't get no kiwi seeds. And that is
Mhm.
my dog collector, y'all.
Hey.
The colors
Yummy.
ain't
Look at
popping
that.
on this screen. It never does because
It's still
with y'all.
pretty.
It's
It
good.
It's
is.
like a
That looks
little
delicious.
ombre.
And then y'all just,
Mm-hmm.
you want to be cute, put your little kiwi, a little mint, and you good to go.
It is. Okay, see, let me tell you what I did.
Uh-oh.
Uh-oh.
You
Y'all know
know,
she always doing something.
She probably just add a little things. You
I
know how
did.
she is.
Look at this time. I added. I had some Cause see, I've been having some issues with allergies and fruit lately. I'm actually recovering from a berry allergy. So I
Berry allergy. Oh
Berry.
no.
Berry.
it's a long story. So, so I bought some watermelon kiwi juice, and that's what I used in my.
Okay.
It's a cool alternative. We let you have that one. We'll let you have
Mhm.
that one.
That sounds good.
It's been a long week of a berry allergy recovery.
Strawberry, kiwi, well, raspberry. What kind of berry?
All the above. I bought like a berry mix of raspberry, blackberry, and strawberries.
Oh no.
Yeah.
Mm.
I'm sorry.
Sorry to hear
You just
that.
do
You should have
Especially,
told me.
a watermelon kiwi juice and
Oh,
sorry
but it's good
to
though.
hear that.
Everything else in there swirling
Well,
around.
my bad.
at least you still got to taste it as close, you know. You got, watermelon, but you still got the kiwi, so
Mhm.
it is what it is.
We
All
sorry.
right, so I'm bouncing off my question from the drink. So we have doll collector. So teammate, I want to ask you this. Since you are the creator of all your dolls, and I know you get your inspiration from horror, but is there any doll that actually like creeps you out to this day?
Um, you know what? No, except maybe I know when I was younger, that doll from Tales from the Hood, that little guy. I don't think he
Ah,
ever
Mhm.
yes.
fun. And it was funny because he creeped me out, but I also loved him because he was so cool. He was just going around, killing
Mhm.
racists and all that. So I'm like,
Right.
yeah, you go, little man. But I remember I was kind of checking under my bed. I'm like, ew.
I agree. I
I have a
agree.
love-hate relationship with that one. But
Yeah.
I can
yeah.
see that.
Yes. So,
Mhm.
how do your family and friends feel about your creepy little dolls? Because I know a lot of times Black people aren't received well in the horror genre, especially by our family and the friends. And all three of us are from the South. And sometimes us being in the horror genre is not received very well. We actually, when we talked to the Ghost Brothers, one of them even he said somebody from his wife's side of the family didn't agree with them um, being ghost hunters. So how do your family and friends feel about you creating these dolls?
They're actually pretty supportive.
Oh,
But
good.
I'm now that I'm older, I kind of found a group that appreciates you for who you are, kind of
Mm-hmm.
thing. I know it was harder when I was younger, just
Mhm.
because
Mm-hmm.
I mean, my dad was a huge horror fan, so I was like right into horror since I was a kid.
Mm-hmm.
And I know throughout like school and that, nobody just expected that because I was Black, I liked horror. And I was the only Black person in the school pretty much, except for like,
Oh.
I think one other person in high school, and he was my cousin. So, yeah, that was kind of that. I had a hard time just finding people I could relate to because nobody would expect that, like
Mm-hmm.
um, people who are like into rap and that would try and be friends
Mhm.
with me. And I'm like, well, I don't really like rap. I mean, it's not that I hate rap, but that's not really my
Not your
thing. Or
niche.
like basketball and that. They try to get you to like join a basketball team. And I'm like,
Like,
well, I,
yeah.
I don't play basketball, yo. I can join, but I suck. So it's kind of the stereotypes that was
Right.
hard growing up.
Mm-hmm.
But now that I'm older and I kind of just have a I don't give a fuck attitude, I just found my crew. And yeah, everybody's pretty supportive. My mom's not into horror at all. So you can tell she's like supportive of it, but sometimes I'll show her a doll and she's like, oh, really? Like, all right. Especially if I throw like a dick in there or something. She's like, is that? I'm like, oh, mom, just chill.
It's artwork. Come
Right.
Yeah,
Right.
that's what I tell her. I'm like, it's art, mother. It's art.
Expression. So
Yeah.
I myself have looked at your Instagram and I've seen all the different dolls that you have made. But I wonder, is it personal inspiration for your dolls or do you do requests from your consumers? Like what
Yeah.
gives you your ideas?
I do requests. Usually it's what inspires me when I watch things. I'm a very visual person, which is probably why I love horror so much. And I very much love the practical effect aspect of it. Like just, I love the creatures and the blood and the gore in that because it just looks so cool. And I love to know how they do it in that. So a lot of times if I'm watching something and I see it, my brain immediately is just like, you have to crochet that. Kind of like if somebody was a painter and they saw something and they said, that's beautiful, I want to paint it. I just want to crochet it. And I find the more complicated it is, I kind of want to crochet it more. Like if I see a really weird creature, I'm like, I bet I can do that. And then part of my head is like, no, don't even try. You're going to have like a stress attack or something. I'm like, no, I can do it. And I usually do, but it's very stressful. But I like to challenge myself like that.
What made you want to crochet them as opposed to like making like porcelain or the rack dolls? What made you choose crocheting little horror dolls?
Well, I started crocheting very early. My grandma taught me, and I just made like little blankets and that when I was like 6 or 7. So crocheting was something I already kind of knew how to do. And I found a book one time how to make like just little crochet dolls, and I made one, and it was awful. I guess I shouldn't say it was awful. I still have it.
It was the first one.
It was my first attempt. But after I made that, I kind of just thought, like, you can do this, right? If you put wiring there, you can make them move. You can tweak the patterns in that. So I just started making my own like patterns and working with it. And I guess they're not patterns. They just live in my head. I kind of just learn to shape, like sculpt, I guess. So I don't write the patterns down, which is why I don't have any.
Wow.
But I learned how to sculpt with it. And it just came very naturally to me because I had learned at such an early age how to do it. So I just stuck with it. I do a little bit of painting in that, but it's not, I don't want to say I don't enjoy it, but I just don't have that like connection to painting and drawing that I do with crocheting.
Like the way you're just describing how you express what you see and push that out in crocheting sounds exactly like some of my friends when they talk about creating their own music. You know, they get a vibe and it just comes out, you know, naturally. So that just shows that it's just your artwork and your form, which I think is so awesome. You know, we looking at baby dolls and you assume like, oh, cute. Heart can be cute. There's nothing wrong with that. And I just love how that comes across.
They're creepy cute, but they are cute.
Yes.
Yeah. And like every doll has like a vibe to it. That's kind of why I started calling them like the hoodoo dolls, because there is an energy that goes into these dolls, right? So usually if I'm making something, it's either I just watched the movie, or if I'm going to make like a Jason, I'll throw on like a Friday the 13th, just so that in the background I have that, you know, slasher energy going on as I make it.
That's awesome.
I love it. I love it. I kind of think of you like as the puppet master. Like I love that. And so the way you create these dolls is like you're giving them life and you're creating them.
Yeah.
And so that's why I related to. I'm like, oh, she's like the puppet master. It's a throwback.
What is your favorite movie that has creepy dolls?
Bride of Chucky. I love Bride of
Chucky.
I love Tiffany. And, yes, I do. I love Bride of Chucky. It had that perfect like mix of comedy and horror, and it's definitely one of my favorite. It probably is my favorite Child's Play film. It just I liked how they had the family too, and that they just kind of brought more fun. I like my horror to be fun for the most part, and that one really did it for me.
Yeah. That's awesome that you brought up Child's Play. I was gonna say that's my favorite one, my favorite doll movie. I just like the fact that how Chucky is supposed to be this good guy, and it's ironic that he is possessed with this guy who is a murderer and killer. So, like that just sticks out to me, the fact that a doll can even be possessed as well. So that's kind of like where my question came from earlier, like, is there anyone that kind of creep you out? Because to me, and you mentioned it too, like energy goes into making these dolls.
Yeah. Well, and I think the whole concept of a doll being haunted is plausible. But I mean, I believe in ghosts and spirits and that. And there's no reason why, if a doll was in a traumatic experience, like a house fire, or even the fact that children have such a close connection to their dolls.
Right.
I don't see any reason why, if a child were to pass or something and their doll became, you know,
conduit.
Because that's not going around like Chucky style killing people. But I don't know, the whole concept of even in Child's Play, like a serial killer going into a doll, like why not? Like, it's just a haunted item.
And I think that's why I like the movie The Boy a lot, because it kind of threw you for a loop at the
Mhm.
end of the movie. Have you watched The Boy before I
I
spoil it?
did, yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
good.
Yeah.
Because they wanted you to think that it was the typical um, haunting. I guess because the family was so weird in the way that uh, they had her caring for this doll,
Mhm.
but in the way that it ended, it kind of flipped and it had like a people under the stairs
Yeah.
Yeah,
type feel.
it was a good ending for what it was. I
Mhm.
watched that one and I enjoyed it. I know a
It
lot of
Yeah.
people
was.
didn't like
I
it.
think it was a bit underappreciated because
Mhm.
people were hoping for a Chucky moment, and they got the people under the stairs by the end of the movie.
Mhm.
But then they kind of overlooked as like, well, why would somebody want to project um such care and feelings onto this doll? Like why would they spend money to hire somebody to care for this for Brahms? It's like
Mhm.
That was his name. That was his name, Brahms.
like what would
Yeah.
trip somebody out enough to do that for this doll, but then keep a whole human under in the back
In
of
the
the house
walls.
in the walls.
Crazy.
I don't know.
I don't know why I came up, but that K-Block, that movie took my mind, and I went all the way to like adolescence and thought about Slappy.
Flappy.
Slappy was my first creepy like doll in life.
I fell in love with him when I seen it. I wasn't even scared. Like, man, he for the streets. You could tell Slappy was ready.
Yeah, my
Because
daughter loves
Slappy
For
wasn't
Slappy.
here for the bull.
Yeah.
Does your
the-
daughter love your dolls as well? Like, is she into
She
that?
does.
That's
Yeah,
great.
but she's right into spooky things anyway. So, but I mean, she grew up around them. I'm not like
Right, right.
showing her like the hills have eyes and all that. But I collect a lot of scary and horror related items too. So, as a baby, she just kind of would see it around, and so she's like, "Oh, that's just Jason." Um,
Mhm.
which makes it hard because sometimes she'll go to daycare and she'll be like, "And Jason did this, and I watched all these movies." I'm like, "No." I'm like, she didn't watch a single one. So she knows
She's
she
got the
knows like
imagination.
Pennywise and all them, but she doesn't know the like extent to what they do. They're just bad guys, right?
Mhm.
Right, right. That's cool. You collect. What else do you collect besides the dolls?
Oh, just like little, like I guess would they be like action figures, I guess?
Oh yeah, yeah.
And I
Mhm,
wouldn't even say I collect them because I don't have a huge collection, but if I see one and I have little extra
mhm,
spending cash, I'll like pick it up or
mhm.
something like that. And movies, I have a physical media problem. But
I
yeah,
Ooh,
just
embarrassing.
little things like that, little decorations, things to just keep around.
Got
I
it.
love that clown behind you. Like I
Oh,
just,
You
oh
yeah.
better
yeah,
point
that's
out the clown. I have
that
been
was
trying to ignore it.
I went as I went as a killer clown from outer space for Halloween one year,
Yeah,
and I wanted to do
I love. That's my
yeah, I
favorite.
wanted to do a female version and just not one like from the movie, but just have like
Uh
that
huh.
mask. So I had one custom made for me from a friend,
That's dope.
and
That
Wow.
is
yeah,
awesome.
Wow.
I
yeah.
really like that.
I'm the
See,
anti-clowner in the group.
exactly. You see one that has that is just love and crazy with clowns, and then the other one who we trying to get over her fear.
Hey.
I had a fear when I was younger of clowns, but I kind of just, I guess I outgrew it. Actually, it was that movie, like the original one with Tim Curry,
Hmm.
the one that they like. It was a made-for-TV series, so I think every
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
parent was
yeah.
like, "Oh, it's for TV, so let's just let the kids watch it," and it pretty much traumatized every early '90s child. I do believe. But yeah, I didn't watch it for a long time, and then I watched it when I was a bit older, like 23 or 24. I'm like, this is ridiculous. So, I mean, I still liked it, but I was like, it's not as scary as I remember. And then the new one came out, and then I got scared again because that film
Oh,
was terrifying. Like
yeah,
everything that clown did
Yeah.
was just, I loved
yeah.
it.
They
That,
turned up the ante on that one.
yeah, it was a terrifying. Chapter 1 and chapter 2 were both really good.
Hmm.
Um,
I
Yeah.
think what reinforced my fear of clowns was that season of American Horror Story with
Oh, Twisty.
Twisty. Yeah, Twisty was too much for me, y'all. He was way too much for me. I was like, no,
He
never
was
mind.
he
Yeah.
was a he
He
was a
got you.
lot.
Like, he didn't look like a happy clown. He just looked like
No.
I'm here to kill you. Like,
Oh, he let you know.
I couldn't do it. I couldn't do it.
It kind of
I like
reinforced
the
mine
ones
too.
that look happy.
I would prefer those.
So Jade,
That's the thing. You prefer that.
yes.
But yeah.
Tell us
Yeah.
about your friends back there.
Oh. So Luna and Max. You want me to go get them?
Yes.
All
Oh,
right.
We
she's
have
got
a
her own
we have a
dolls.
few creepy dolls of our own actually.
Oh,
Yes.
Again, not me, them. I don't do dolls either. I watch the horror. I do not bring it into the
mhm.
house.
Oh,
Yay.
See these dolls.
Oh, sorry, y'all. Had to open the door for the hubby too. All right. So here is Miss Luna.
Oh, she's crocheted too.
oh.
Okay, Luna.
Yeah, with her little stringy hair. And here's her twin brother, Max.
Oh, those are so cute. Did you make them?
I no, I actually inherit these from my grandmother.
Oh,
So she had, yeah, she had them ever since I could remember. She kept them in the closet, wouldn't let me play with them. And honestly, it might be a little morbid, but when she passed, she finally gave them to me. She was
yeah.
like, "You can have them." So I inherit them from my grandmother, and I really take care of them. And I wanted to ask you, since they're crochet, what are some things I can do to keep them like, you know, clean and kept up?
Just pretty much keep them in a keep them in a cool, dry place.
Okay. Yeah.
um, I find if they do get dirty, just use like a damp cloth to just kind of wipe them off of it. Don't get them wet or anything. They won't like that. And
Oh, no.
yeah, just try your best. It's like any kind of fabric, right? So
Yeah. Okay. Well, these
yeah.
are my babies. Anybody else want to share their babies?
Yes. But tell her what Jax was doing before she got on.
Oh yeah, because there's something wrong with them babies. They smiling, but they ain't right.
See, y'all ain't finna do that. Y'all ain't finna sit up here and talk about them like that. And I done brought them out and no. Okay. So
Oh, their
anyway,
ears.
yes. Before we got on to interview you, I set them up in the back, to kind of prop them so they can be, in the background while we're
Yeah.
interviewing you. And my dog went ballistic. He
Damn.
went off. He just like, so I had to kick him out. And they were like, something's wrong with your dogs. The dogs, huh? Yes, he's seen them before. I guess because I put him up on the bedpost, it kind of freaked him out.
Yeah.
But he's seen them before.
Dogs be sensing that energy, man. But they're cute
Yeah.
though. They're cute.
See, yeah, I don't get nothing. Y'all know how I am with energies and stuff like that. If I felt anything off, I would have, cleansed the place. But no, they're good. They're good.
So
Kima, on the other hand, probably got all kinds of energy with her dog.
Yes.
so I have one creepy
Please
doll
share.
and one non-creepy doll.
Mm-hmm.
The non-creepy doll I found, and I had to get it because I didn't see this growing up. So as a person who does yoga and meditates, I've never seen a black Barbie that meditates before.
Oh, that's cute.
Oh,
He
that's
does
cute.
yoga. Right. I've never seen it before. And anybody that knows me, I'm here with my braids and stuff all the time. Like she does yoga and like she's bendable and poses so that she can do like all of the yoga poses and stuff. And I'm like,
What?
where was this doll at when I was growing up that teaches guided meditation? And she actually has a button here that like helps you with like breathing exercises.
She talk.
That's pretty cool.
Yep, see?
Take a deep breath in like you are smelling a beautiful flower.
Oh, cool.
Where did you find that?
Now breathe out.
Target.
Really?
Right.
Target.
Breathe out.
And my daughter thinks that it's cool. She's like, I know how to meditate.
That's
And
That's
cute.
I'm like,
neat.
exactly. I'm like, you didn't see this kind of stuff growing up. So I'm like, I have to get this
That's
because I
cute.
don't exactly. Okay, so now for my creepy doll. So let me tell you, I didn't I didn't mean for this to be creepy. Um,
Mhm.
so
Reading is
me me
fundamental.
and my line sisters were on a trip to New Orleans. It was our 10-year anniversary, and I picked up this souvenir. And then when I got home and took it out of the bag, I saw the tag attached to it. I don't know why I didn't see it in New Orleans, probably because I was drunk the whole trip. And then when I sobered up and got home, I so this is my doll from New
Oh, Kima, I
Orleans.
had not seen it. Oh my
Wait, Kima, I'm gonna be honest with you. By now that I see it, Miss K Bly, I say your name, K Bly. Now that I see that, how do you not know?
Yeah, that's why I was like, I hadn't seen it before. Okay, like, come on now.
Now
Because I didn't
look,
see this in the back.
That look
I
like
don't
Crash
even need
Bandicoot.
that. I
Mm-mm.
don't even need that to let you know what that is. Compared to,
I
I thought
didn't
you
see
done showed me like a sock puppet or something.
this in the back.
What
Look
does
at
it
that.
say? What does it
I don't
say?
want to know. I'm gonna put it on mute.
She said she don't want to hear it. Oh my God, Miss Chelsea, we so silly. We
This
sorry.
says how to use the voodoo doll. I didn't see
Uh-uh.
this in the
Uh-uh.
back. I didn't see this.
It gave you instructions on how to
And,
use it.
and she kept it. And she kept it.
Where do you
Did-
keep it though?
Me and I keep it in a container. I do not keep this
Where?
doll out.
Okay.
Where though? In the house or in the garage? In the shed? She
In
shed?
a
Where
container
you keep?
under a cabinet. The
I can see
container.
where you thought it was cute. Like I
I
can
did.
see
Man,
I
it,
thought it was
but
like I
you
was
was
like,
in New
oh, look at this
Orleans.
little New
I'm
Orleans.
gonna show you something you get from New Orleans. You keep talking about that. I'm gonna show you what you, girl.
I was like, oh, let me get this little souvenir while we in New Orleans. Now,
Look, look,
mind you,
be
I was
careful. Stop
drinking the
flicking
whole
that around.
time. Okay, I was drinking the whole time, and I didn't realize till I sobered up and I got back home and I started unpacking all of my souvenirs because I had bought a whole bunch of stuff, and I'm like, what the hell did I buy?
Do you remember getting it? What if it snuck into your suitcase?
Okay,
Right.
What if
get
it
Like,
the
was
did
one
you
of those
really
car.
dolls
pick it
that like
up?
followed you back from New Orleans?
And it's just,
Again,
girl.
little puppet master dolls just coming to life.
I mean, she been taking care of it. How many years? How old is that doll?
Oh, when was our 10-year? This was at 2017.
Well, in 4 years, it ain't gave you no trouble, but yeah, I wouldn't. Mm-mm.
Girl,
So
all it needs is probably waiting for her to say something bad about somebody. It's just
Right,
waiting,
right. Don't be. What was
waiting to be activated.
that's like one of them episodes of Creep Show with the dog. Or no, the monkey hand. It was the monkey hand.
The
And
paw, you the monkey paw.
every time somebody said, I wish something, something, the monkey paw would just go ahead and work it out. You'll be making no wishes around this little dog.
No, girl.
Oh my goodness.
I'm about like Chelsea now. Like, did you buy that? Is that the one you bought? Like, you sure that thing
yeah,
ain't following you home, girl?
yeah, I'm telling you, don't drink to a certain point when you go to New Orleans. Cause I was
You
like,
gonna
no,
get
and me
drunk
and one of my
anyway.
line sisters did, and I was like, girl, what is this that we bought? I was like, were we even paying attention when we bought this? Like,
No,
cause see,
y'all
she
didn't
didn't even
buy it.
realize
Chelsea,
it
right?
either. We were both on the phone, like, what is this? How did,
Mm-mm.
like, we didn't know, like, why didn't they tell us when we was buying this? Like, what
They
happened?
thought y'all knew. They thought y'all knew.
They
You know what
knew
I'm
we was
saying?
drunk. They knew we ain't know what this was.
They
Michelle, she
don't
right.
know.
She right. That thing came home with you. It
And then
made you buy
that,
We
it.
knew we know what the hell was going on.
No, no, here's what
your
happened.
friend got one.
Y'all got
Wait.
drunk, offended somebody, and they put it into your suitcase, and it's just waiting. It's just waiting.
Just
Do
wait
its
for the right
thing.
time.
Woo!
You
She
got
gonna
Let me
one
wake
of
go
up
those
one
get
days
night.
my
that
face.
They know if we come in there drinking and have one of them long behind cups in there and we got walking around with bees, we don't know what the hell going on.
Mm-mm, mm-mm.
Why are you letting us pick up
But
anything?
you never know. Some tourists come there for that. They don't even
Yeah,
come just to get drunk. They come to get certain things to do what they got to do.
yeah,
So
they
they
seek
don't
out
know.
people.
Yeah, they don't know what you know. But I'm
Exactly.
just saying the fact that you and your friend got one. So y'all basically like me over here with the twins. But y'all separated. She got one and you got one. Y'all don't never need to put them together. Don't
I
never
was
put them
just thinking
together.
that. I was like, they waiting on
Don't
them to get
never.
put together.
No, that's what's gonna activate them. Don't y'all never put the things together?
No. So wait, y'all just made me think of something because y'all talking about people buying dolls. So
Mm.
back to Miss Chelsea here. I know you do sell your dolls that you create. Do you have like a bestseller, or do you ever recreate the same doll more than once?
I'll recreate them sometimes, but honestly, I don't like recreating them too much because I get bored of making the same doll. Like it's just
Mm.
me. I don't want to sit there and make like I did Jeff from Jurassic Park,
Mm-hmm.
the like sexy Jeff, and like everybody wanted one, and I'm like, I'm making 10. That's it. Like I love Jeff, but I don't
My
want to sit
goodness.
here making like
A
500.
thousand.
I
Right,
don't
right.
want to get to a point where I don't enjoy what I do.
Mm.
So yeah, I'll just make them here and there. I'll recreate them sometimes. I do custom orders. So if somebody were to like custom order one, then that's fine because it's just one. But yeah, I just trying to make sure I give myself enough time to make everything.
Mm-hmm.
I
Yeah,
think I need to order a doll, y'all. I'm the only one that don't have one.
you should.
Hey,
And they're not haunted, I
yeah,
promise. Unless you want them to
true.
be. I
No,
could add
no,
a little
no, no haunting
add
required.
some little hoodoo magic.
No haunting required. Something cute and horror like. Don't
Oh,
worry about that. Go figure that out. Place the order.
Oh, thank you, Chelsea, for joining us in this interview today. It was so much fun.
yes.
Thank you.
Welcome.
Thank you for
Thank you for
doing.
having me.
I
Yes.
had a good time.
Yes,
Right.
all of her information, everyone will be placed on our social media. So follow us on the Fifth Wall, the Fifth Column, and Temper Drinks on Facebook, um,
Instagram.
Instagram, and Twitter. We have
Finally.
And for
yes.
those of you listening, Miss Chelsea, tell them where they can find you.
You can find me. My shop name is Tales from the Stitch. So you can go to talesfromthestitch.com where you can see the dolls I have for sale. And I'm also under the same name on Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook.
Great.
Tales from
And
the
also,
Stitch.
you can find this podcast on our YouTube channel, The Fifth Wall LLC, and Spotify, Google Podcasts, Stitcher Breaker, all of that good stuff. That
All of
was
that.
fun today, talking about all of these creepy dolls and all of that good stuff. You heard she said she does custom orders. If you like dolls, if you like all this creepy stuff dealing with dolls, to see what she has, y'all, this is her works are original. You find yourself going down the rabbit hole with her page because
You
I'm just
Yes.
like
definitely
sitting
do.
here
You
That's
definitely do.
exactly what I
scrolling,
You need to
said.
scroll in.
just scrolling and looking like this
It's
is
so cute.
amazing. That's what just like, oh, we have to talk to her because this is quite interesting.
And I
Like I
don't
said,
think
Beautiful
it's
we
anybody
artwork.
else doing it. Like hers are very
exactly.
unique.
Yes.
Yeah.
Sometimes I creep around and like look at crochet dolls, and they are out there, but they don't have that high detail. You know
Yeah,
what I
Yeah.
mean? Yeah.
You had the
Exactly.
it factor.
that's it. That's
Yeah.
it.
That's it right there.
Exactly. Exactly. And that's we like to enjoy when we say we explore the horror genre all the way throughout. We're like, this is something different, but
Yeah.
this is awesome though. Why not have her on here and talk about this? This is crazy. And see how many movies are made about dolls. Like we didn't even get into talking about stuff like the movie Dolls and Annabelle. I mean, it's a reason people make all of these movies about creepy dolls. Hit
Annabelle
us
is
up.
real, y'all. I just want to
Annabelle
throw
is
that out
real.
there. Annabelle is real.
She is. That's why I ain't even going to Annabelle. I ain't even going to
Mm.
that, y'all. I have a friend that says when she watches horror movies, she takes her stuffed animals and turns them away from the TV because she don't want them getting ideas.
Mm. She
I
already
heard
giving
it
it the
all.
energy.
I heard
Mm.
it all.
Hit us up on our page after you watch this episode. If you have any creepy dolls at your house, tell us about it. Post some pictures of it.
Share.
Oh yes, we want to know.
Definitely hit up Miss Chelsea. Go ahead and get your orders in,
Get your
y'all.
orders in,
Yes.
y'all. And thank you guys again for joining us. And thank you, Miss Chelsea, for coming to hang out with us for a little bit. And by the way, Miss Chelsea, um, email us your address. Send it to the Fifth Wall email, please, because we'd like to send you something for joining us today.
Thank you.
Goody.
I'll be sure to do that.
Yes.
Thank you.
And we will see you guys again soon.
Bye bye.